Caregivers, are you there? How are you feeling today? I trust it's a good day for you. I trust that you are feeling strengthened. And even if you are not, I'm happy that you are alive today. I'm happy that you are breathing today. Just touch yourself here and feel whether you're okay, and say, yes, I'm enough and I'm able to give enough. And so we continue to talk about the issue on burnout and how we can confront burnout. And we say that caregivers, burnout is real. It is there. And it is painful. And we are not guilty saying that it is painful. So are you there and you're listening to my message as a caregiver? I am saying we confront it without feeling guilt. We confront it and tell the world that caregivers burnout is real. I'm coming to you from Hope and Live. My name is Sarah Mushai, Dr. Sarah Mushai, and I'm glad today to say that I want to add a day to your life. I want to tell you that you're living for a purpose. I want to tell you that indeed, what you're doing, it cannot be rewarded in any monetary form. I believe that God sees it and He will directly and indirectly reward you, and you're doing a good job. And because we are saying that caregivers, burnout is real, and you have said it's painful, and today we are saying we confront it. But how do we confront it? By now doing something different. Self-care. Self-care. Are you hearing me? Self-care is not being selfish. If you have considered it in the past to be selfish, today I want you to rise up and just go around the place where you're seated and bounce and say, yes, I'm going to take care of myself again. Self-care is not selfish. I want you to take just a few minutes, breathe in again, and then breathe out. Do it like 3 times and feel relaxed. Yes, you feel relaxed and you ask yourself, when did you last treat yourself? When did you last take care of yourself? When did you last walk out and breathe out fresh air? Are you still confined in that room where the recipient of your care is? Are you still confined to the schedules that pertain only to that person you're taking care of? Today I want us to think differently. That as we take care of others, we also matter. Yes, we also matter, and we need to ask ourselves, what is this that we can do for ourselves that will give a turnaround of our thought life, that will give us joy, that will give us peace, that will make us now refill our cup. Refill our cup. I'm just imagining that you're a caregiver who has been taking care of an ailing father, who has been ailing for maybe more than a year, 5 years. You've been watching this ailing father. You've been taking care of that ailing mother. You've been taking care of that person who is an alcoholic. Imagine that person who takes drugs in your homestead, in your household. And sometimes you just miss to take care of yourself. The only person who can take care of yourself is yourself. Get my message right. That you're the person who can take care of yourself. You need to renew your strength. You need to get rejuvenated. You need to refill your cup. You have done it for a year. I'm imagining even if it was a tank that was full of water, that is keeping on giving people water, at one time it gets empty. And so that's the same for you. There are times you have given out your love, you have given out your kindness, you have given out your resources, you have given out your time, you have given up even your job that you are doing. I know you have given up that job you used to do. You have given up that service, community service that you used to do. You have given up in many things. and you are there thinking that you're okay. No, I want to address you and tell you you're not okay, because you need to refill yourself. You cannot continually pour from a cup that is empty. You remember we said some of the characteristics of burnout is when you feel exhausted, is when you feel fatigued, is when you feel isolated, is when you feel people have forgotten you. No, if you are in such a state, it is time you say, yes, I need to live another day. I need to see what is better for me. And by that, it will call for you to do something different. When did you do a meal for yourself and you say, this one, I have loved it, but because of the recipient of my care, I've been unable to cook myself a good meal. I only cook what he loves. I only cook what is recommended by the doctors. I don't eat anything that is favorable for me because I'm considering maybe the time to prepare. I'm considering the resources that are needed. And so much you have given to that client or to that person whom you really love. And you have sacrificed even the taste of your food. You have even sacrificed the time that you would go for exercises. You have sacrificed the time that you would go for gym. I pray today as I speak to you that you may realize, as much as you're giving this time to that person that you're taking care of, that you need to also do what you call self-care. Love for yourself is very important. That doesn't mean you're selfish. You can have your breaks as if they are appointments by the doctor. Yes, have breaks as if they are appointment by the doctor. You know the way we go to hospital and we are told you will be doing 2 tablets per day, 2 times 3. The same way, you assume that even that break that you'll be taking, it is like a doctor's appointment. It's like a doctor's prescription that I'll be going out to breathe fresh air 3 times a day. And let the person whom you're taking care of also know that at certain hour, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock, maybe 7 p.m. in the evening, you'll be walking out, you'll be taking a walk, and you'll be going around to see things that are maybe the flowers, maybe the buildings that are coming up in your village, maybe the different activities that are being held. Give yourself a break and take it as if it's an appointment. That is very important for you to address. The other thing that you need to do is look at what will help you connect with other people. What is this that will make you move out and reconnect with others? Just assume maybe you've been staying with that client the whole day and the following day the same, and a whole week only with that client. It's likely even you will get what you call burnout of the mind, psychological burnout. Maybe this person is not speaking to you. You need to walk out and connect with other friends. You need to walk out and connect with other family members. Have that break. So be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of yourself such that even you're able to help the recipient of your care also feel connected with what is happening out there. That you're likely to walk out and get to know the things that are happening, and you're able to come and give him or her different stories other than what you have been hearing out there. If the recipient of your care is able also to walk out with them, move out with them, let them rejoin with other friends. If there is an activity for persons enabled differently, it could be for children with cerebral palsy, go join in the support groups and ensure that you're able to meet with other friends. This will help you. It will help you. It is so healthy. It is that which will help you add another extra moment for yourself. You are able to feel yourself energized. You are able to feel that what you are doing is not boring, because there is need to break the monotony. Why I'm saying self-care is not being selfish. Remember, it can be very boring. When you're just looking at this patient from morning to evening, you're looking at this client from morning to evening. You're looking at this child who is able differently from morning to evening. You're looking at this person who has aged. Maybe it's your parent. Maybe you're doing it as a profession to take care of others. And you're feeling, what is this? The moment you stick on it to one duty, to one person, it can be very boring. I want to address you and tell you, move out. Walk out and share with others. Hear their views. Hear different stories other than what you've been doing. That is what you are calling self-care. And it can never be selfish. It can never be selfish. Rest without feeling guilty. I emphasize that, and I emphasized the other time, rest without feeling guilty. Most of the caregivers will feel like whatever they are doing is, whenever they go to rest, is like they are not taking care of the recipient well. But no, you are taking care of yourself, and as well as increasing energy to take care of the person whom you are relating with. I address this because I know it's possible. I have related with people who are taking care of their parents who are suffering from dementia, and I see how sometimes they can feel left out. Sometimes they can feel forgotten just because they are only doing one thing every day at a time. They are routinely repeating what has happened. I see parents who have autistic children, and I know sometimes you feel bothered. Sometimes you are looking forward to this, you look forward to the routine to come to an end, but it doesn't. So who shall bring it to an end? You're the one to cause a break. You're the one to change the schedule. You're the one to think differently. So I know what you're going through. I know it can never be easy. You can imagine for 26 years, every day looking at my daughter. If only I said I cannot even add value to myself. If I said I cannot go back to school. If I said I cannot even work just because I have a child with cerebral palsy, I think it can be very unfair I would be very unfair to myself. When you don't rest, you are just being unfair to yourself. And you're not only unfair to yourself, but also you're unfair even to the recipient of your care. So you need to think, what is this that you need to do to show love to yourself, and so that it, by extension, it can go to the one that you take care of. It can also go to the friends that are also concerned about what you are going through. It is very healthy to take a break. And to the one who is receiving care, could it be you that is aging? Could it be to you who is ailing? You are sick for some time. Let me tell you, your caregiver is a human being. They are not machines. They get tired. Be kind to them. Show them love. Tell them thank you if you can talk. Yes, I know it is not easy. Sometimes they shout. Sometimes they are not able to treat you as you wish. But still remember, they are human beings and they need your love. They need that thank you message. They need to be appreciated. You need to say thank you to them. And even to the relatives of those who are the recipient of the care. You need to also to consider that person who has been there. Even if you're giving them money, call them once in a while. Tell them your kind words, appreciate them. And this is very important. So I feel we need to cooperate and ensure that the caregivers are feeling loved. They need you to be with them. But remember, it is your responsibility as a caregiver to be taking care of yourself. Self-care is not being selfish. That is my message for today. And I want to help you remember that if you read the book of Mark 6 and verse 31, if you read the book of Mark 6 and 31, at one time Jesus told the disciples, let us retreat, let us go to a place where we can rest. Jesus also knew his disciples needed to rest. There's a time that you need to rest. It's going to be healthy. And I'm so happy that you've listened to me, and may you walk freed of any guilt in the event that you've taken rest and somebody condemned you. No, self-care is not being selfish. I have loved you so much. I know you're doing such a credible job. I know that nobody can be able to tell you thank you enough. Even if we say 1,000,000 times, it may not be sufficient enough to appreciate you. But just know that you're doing a sacred job you're adding a day to a life of a recipient of the care. You're adding a day to that loved one. You're adding a day to that person who cannot do anything for themselves. You're adding a day to that person who might be very hopeless. And so you need to have a lot of hope in yourself. You need to have a lot of love in yourself so that you can share with them. You're such an important person, and I value you so much. And from my desk of Hope and Live, I want to tell you are very important, and we value what you're doing each day. May God bless you so much. May God do you good and multiply the grace even for what you're doing each day. Have more and more of that which is coming from the divine connector, and that is none other but our God. Dear caregivers, radiant caregivers, beautiful caregivers, I'm so happy that you've been following us on TikTok. You've been following us on Instagram, you've been following us on Facebook, and you have also been following us in YouTube. You are such an amazing person. If you have any question, if you want to give us any feedback, you want to make any comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to Hope and Live, and you shall find all the information, and we shall have to respond to you in the event you have any questions. We'll be ready to give you feedback. Thank you, and may God bless you.